Hi, this is Stephen Rothberg, the president and founder of College Recruiter, the leading niche job board for recent college graduates who are looking for entry-level positions, students who are looking for internships, and both the grads and the students who are looking to continue their educational careers. Some of those students may be enrolled in, say, an associate's program and looking for to move over to a four-year school to get a bachelor's degree. Some of those who are in a bachelor's program may be looking for a master's program. This video is intended to help schools that are looking to increase their enrollment or perhaps to tap into a different group of candidates, perhaps a more diverse group of candidates. And I'm joined on the call today by Mike Vogel, who's going to talk us through the virtual career fair products and how it can be used by colleges and universities to help them with their enrollment. Mike, go ahead.
Great. Thank you so much, Stephen. I really appreciate it. Excited to share this with you. We've been doing these events for a number of years, and I'm happy to say that we have successfully used these events, as Stephen has said, not just for career fairs, but also for enrollment purposes, for institutions around the world to be able to speak with students, share their programs, and to be able to highlight the excellent opportunities that await them at their institution. And we sure hope that you're able to view this and see the opportunities that might be in here for you to find students and to engage with them and get them to consider coming to your school for further education. So the environment I'll share has a bit of more of a career spin to it. So we'll just have to use our imagination a little bit, and I'll point out where the differences are. But I think you'll get a feel for how this can be used for the enrollment process and, for those enrollment events. We like to look at it this way. We're taking all the things that we like to do in person at an open house or an enrollment event and bring that into an online format that is both visually stimulating as well as easy to use and innovative to allow you to share information and communicate live in real time with students and prospective students. And this is something that's highly flexible. It would allow you to really expand the horizons of students you can reach out to geographically, hopefully to reach some people that might not have been able to know as much about your school and about the opportunities there. So let's take a look around here. What we'll do is before the event, we'd set up a registration page that we can drive all the traffic to. And I'm sure you have abilities and people in your database you'd want to reach out to. But College Recruiter can also work with you to strategically reach the students that you want to reach to get them interested in this event and your programs. So whether that's through direct email or digital ads or other kinds of campaigns, we're here to help you to figure out this whole process, not just the event part of it. So we'll build out an area where the students can learn more about your organization, your school, and about the event itself, and can register easily for it. So we allow you to ask questions. These questions provide answers to go into your profile. So each student has a profile that builds out the kinds of things that you want when you first meet a candidate. And so this can include a resume or CV if that's something you use for your enrollment process. It can include questions about their GPA. They can upload transcripts. They can even upload a portfolio. They can have all sorts of great information about where they last went to school, when they're going to graduate or when they graduated, if they're currently working. So all that information can be built into the registration and then brought over into their profile. And likewise, yourself and the people at your organization will be able to have profiles as well. So if they're a school recruiter or if they're a dean, or maybe it's a current student that you want to have attend to be able to talk about the particular programs at your school, those people can have their own profiles as well. And we allow you to customize it with your image, your picture. You're able to add some personal information about yourself to really give it some nice personal flavor. As we go through the environment, you'll notice it's very customizable. I think it's nice to look at as well. We have a lot of great layouts for you to choose from, but you can also use imagery from your campus. So I'm sure you have great pictures on file of your school, your buildings, your faculty, your students, your activities. All of those things can and should be included within the event. And so we'll work with you to use those background images to make this a visually striking interface for people to use that really illustrates what's so unique about your school, what it really looks like and feels like to go there. And so we think that's a very important facet. Likewise, all of this will be branded for your school. The logo, the coloring, all of your branding will be kept intact within the environment so that it's consistent and it portrays you to the students as they review it. Now let's take a tour of the event itself. You'll notice that there's an area called the exhibit hall that ends up being the most popular part of the event. And where you see different categories here, these could be different departments, different majors, different programs. You're able to divide this up in any way that you like. So if it was just one program, you might have just one booth that everyone goes to learn about opportunities within one specific school, or you might have a different booth or space for each different curriculum, different schools, different programs, etc. And so this is a great way to divide up your event. We have different ways of displaying this, whether it be booths like this, or we can actually use tiles. So it's really up to you, and we'll work with you to customize this so that it makes sense for your particular event. And as you can see, it's very easy to learn more about each of the different areas by hovering over them. And then if we want to go into one, we just click on that area right here, and we can be launched into this particular booth. So let's say this was a booth that was for people looking to get a master's, an MBA. And so they'd be able to watch a video that you might already have about the MBA program from your school, or it might be other video content that you want to share with them. And so this allows us to be able to really put all that great multimedia stuff forward that you have. They can stop and start this video, watch it whenever they like. You can actually include multiple videos in here that you can share with them. But we like to have one that really plays first when they first come in. We can also have other bits of content that we load into your particular booths. And we'll help you build these out and train you for the event ahead of time. And so there can be documents. So let's say you have an application form you need people to fill out. You have instructions for application. You have a fact sheet or a brochure. You have links, for instance, to your site where they can learn more about the program or more videos. All this information can be loaded into your booth. And so we can actually have all this information for them to see right when they come in. They can explore on their own. But really one of the most exciting parts of a virtual event is its ability to communicate live. We want to give you the opportunity to talk to students in real time wherever they're at in the world, and to be able to do so where a few of you can talk to many students at once. So the first touch point we have from a communication standpoint is the group chat. So when the students come in, they'd be able to enter into this group chat right away. And they can look down here to see who's staffing the booth. So here we can see some of our friends that would represent your team. So you would choose which people on your team, which deans, which recruiters, which students you'd have that represent your school at the event, in each department at the event. And likewise, when the guests come in, the students, the prospective students come in, you would see their profile. So you see myself and you see my colleague who are here to chat with you. So let's pretend that I'm on your team and I'm one of the recruiters here for your school. And I want to use the group chat to welcome in the candidate and say, how are you doing today? And then they can respond to me in real time, and we can have a conversation that goes on that everyone gets to look at. So the prospective student might have a really intuitive question that everybody's thinking about. It's on top of all their minds is, what do I need to do to apply? What's it like to go to your school? Do you have online courses? Can I take this, remotely, etc. And so this allows us to have basically an FAQ bead created in your group chat where other students can come in and see the questions that were already asked, find the answers to those, and be able to share information back and forth. And then we can drive these people over to the content we've loaded. People are going to ask about the application form, or they're going to ask where they can learn more information, if there's a form they can fill out, etc. And that stuff will be loaded into your booth, and you can drive them over to that information. And while we do that, while we send them over to the information we've already loaded into our booth, the links and the documents and the videos, we can actually check out their profile, see all the information they gave us during the registration process. If we want to look at their transcripts or their resume or their CV, we can view those things in real time. We can download that information. We can then add them as a connection if we like, and in this sense, we're choosing how we want to communicate with them. So I can create a list of people that I want to keep track of at the event. I can send this person a virtual business card just to kind of quickly let them know that I'm interested and they should have my information. I can send them an email quickly just to kind of say hi and, we should chat later. Or what I could do is I can actually send them a chat message. And what we can do here is start a separate chat. So separate from this group chat over here, I can ask this person to have a private chat with me. Now these chats are usually text-based, but we do have the option for having webcam-based chats as well. I like the text chat because we're able to record everything that is said back and forth. We can't do that with the video. This allows us to have multiple conversations at one time, however. So we can have the group chat open. We can have not only this one private chat, but we can have multiple other private chats going on at one time. I can then also invite other people. So if I wanted to invite a student representative to come talk to this prospective student about what it's like to go to school here, if I want to invite a dean to come talk to them, I can have other people on my team join that conversation. And then all I have to do to drop off is simply close the window. But I can also take notes during the conversation. I can change my font, etc. So it's a truly interactive experience where I can have these multiple chats going on privately and in the group setting, and then be able to move from one to the next pretty easily. But it is a two-way communication street. So just as we, the recruiters and the deans and the staff members, can ask for chats from the candidates, they can do the same with us. And so we give them the opportunity to look at our profiles and see if they want to learn more about us and talk to us. So we can see here that they've sent us a connection request that we can accept, and they've sent us a chat request. And so I can look at their profile and learn more about them, see if this is a good person for me to talk about more, or I might decline this chat. Maybe I'm too busy, maybe they're not the right candidate, maybe we already talked. And I can give them a nice message letting them know why I'm declining, and I can decline that. So it really allows for this freedom of choice with communication, how you communicate, when, with whom, and their ability to communicate with you and show interest is really open to each individual user. And we like those features, and we hope that allows for a lot of good sharing. And we're able to move from booth to booth easily. So if you do have different departments represented, if you have, say you want to have an area for people interested in engineering degrees, they'd be able to come in here to learn more about that. And these areas will have a consistent look and feel, so it's easy for the user to move back and forth. But it has different content, and it can have a new video, it could have different staff members, different links and documents, etc. And so this allows for us to create different areas for people to navigate to learn different things. I'm going to go back to the main page just for a second because I want to share with you some of the other ancillary elements that we can have at the event. So in addition to the exhibit hall and the booths and all those great areas for people to learn more about particular programs and curriculum, we can also include a lounge. This allows for people to socialize at the event. We tend to look at college students as prospective students as very social. So we want to give them opportunity to be able to interact with each other and to find out where they're from and make friends and connections. This is still a great opportunity for you and your team to get to know these folks and to chat with them. We also can have a resource center. So if you have an area that you want to include a lot of great information about your school, that's maybe general, it's not specific to certain curriculums, you just want to have a general area for information, you can do that. And you might take it a step further and have an area for presentations. So we can include a full auditorium where presentations can take place, and we'd be able to share information in that way where people can watch video presentations in real time as well. So we want to create this opportunity where you have this full, comprehensive event platform where all these different things that could happen in person can happen here on the virtual event. I want to point out that we also have an area that's a technical support and help area where we'd be able to support and staff this throughout the event as well as beforehand, providing technical support to you and your team, giving you training, preparing the event for you, but also for all the people registering for the event. Questions about technical things and how to get ready for the event, those all come to us and we take those off your plate. And we're here to support you throughout. The final thing I want to point out is the ability for us to record a great deal of information about your event. So each person has their own communication center where they're able to look at the different chats that they've sent and received, their emails, their connection requests, their virtual business cards. These are all available within the communication center both after the event, but during the event as well, so we can look at them in real time. And even more interesting is our ability to look at a data portal, which allows us to look at actual reports of how many people have been at the event, what have they looked at, how long have they spent here, what communications have they had. So allowing you in real time as well as after the event to look and reflect upon the different activities that occurred here, what statistics do you have, to really be able to measure your efforts and results from the event, but also to be able to go back and talk to particular candidates about the conversations you had or the activity they took at the event, interest they might have shown in a particular program, etc. So I think between the innovative platform we're using here, as well as the ability to gather a lot of great information about these prospective students, to get them signed up for your programs, I hope that you see the value and the exciting opportunity here, and I sure do hope we have a chance to work together. And at this point, I'll throw it back over to Stephen. Thanks a lot, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike. That was great. Really jumped out at me a couple of things that you talked about was how this is such a great product for engaging with prospective students, really no matter where they are. Especially so many schools target students who are outside of their geographic area, whether that's in another state, another country, halfway around the world. This is a very efficient, effective tool for being able to engage with those people, multiple people all at the same time. So we could have a business school engaging with students who are just in Southeast Asia. You could have a liberal arts school just engaging with students who have applied but have not yet accepted, and it's 2 weeks away from the admissions deadline when they have to give their answers. There are a really wide variety of ways. Some schools might choose to just use this to engage with students who have already applied, and so the school can then just email the students that are in their database as prospective students. Some schools might want to use this to engage with people who have not yet applied, and College Recruiter can help with the promotion of that. We can deliver targeted emails and target them by the kind of school somebody goes to, their major, even high school, juniors and seniors, geographically, grade point average, etc. We can do the same with targeted mobile banner ads and targeted display ads. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. My name again is Stephen Rothberg. I've been joined on the call today by Mike Vogel, and you can reach us via email or phone. Email is sales, SALES, at collegerecruiter.com, or by phone, 952-848-2211. Again, 952-848-2211. And Mike, thank you very much again.
Thank you.